That was the last warm-up for the deadlift as well as the bench, and now we're moving on to a top single for both, then followed with 2 back down sets as traditional. I do want to keep singles in the off-season training just as a way to keep the movement practice of pushing a heavy single, as that's more of a skill set than anything else. But beyond that, the real work will be coming in the following sets thereafter. And to make today as efficient as possible, I've pulled out my commercial bench that I've just been using to store things on, and we'll be benching out there. It's terrible, it's wobbly, it's too narrow, the sun is in my eyes, but we're gonna make it work so I don't have to walk across an acre of field up to the shed. So we will be linking together the supersets of the deadlift and the bench today. So far the warm-ups have gone quite well, all things considering, supersetting deadlift and bench. So now we're just going to move on to the top singles and then into the working sets. And as I've stated in previous videos, if you haven't seen those, after my first workouts, I do not do any warm-up sets. So I'm walking up in here, loaded the bar, and we're straight into working sets. I already deadlifted, I already benched, my body's warm. I do not need to do any more warm-up sets for the day. And a good example of why I'm calling this the experiment, in this slot, this superset, I had leg press and what did I have? Oh, the superset for leg press and a tricep extension. But seeing how as I already did a mid-grip bench, which is some tricep in there as the closer grip bench, and then I did the JM press, which is also heavily tricep focused, and then I've already squatted and already deadlifted. I'm pretty smoked as far as the heavy movements go, so doing the leg press would definitely been too much considering the increase in frequency that I'm doing with the day on, day off training. So as I was getting ready to set up to that, I realized that that was absolutely not gonna work. So I moved into a quad-based isolation movement, which I haven't really done while I deadlifted. That's not really quad focused. I did squat with a narrower stance, but that is still a lot of hamstring and glute. but I needed an isolation quad. So, and to reduce the heavy movement of something like a leg press, a hack squat, deadlift squat, so the leg extension comes in perfect. And then instead of the tricep movement, I realized that the close grip bench and the JM press, while there is minimal chest there, I need to add an actual chest movement. So we're gonna drop in the cable flies in this superset. So it's leg extensions, cable flies. Straight into it. And I'm doing this way so you know I really am supersetting straight into these things. Oh my. And just to keep on with the experiment, today will be the first attempt back on this Pro Maxima leverage curl. And let's see if the elbow can take pretty light starting weight, but even then I wasn't able to do this without too much pain. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not a terrible starting point. The left arm has always been pretty good. We're not supersetting curls with anything because we're only doing one set. So I'm done. No warm-ups, no back downs, one set, done. So that is a wrap for today. That also wore me out. These supersets, while super fun, really, and extremely efficient, I am not in shape to be going back-to-back rounds like that. But that is the whole point of this experiment. This is the off season. This is the time to push the limits, get in readiness shape, get your conditioning up, and really become the most athletic version of yourself that you can be. Because I don't just compete in powerlifting, I still have ambitions of competing high level in jiu-jitsu as I've done in the past. So I am focusing on conditioning with my lifting, as well as doing conditioning on the days that I'm not lifting, which is the day on day off scheme that I'm currently running. And you can see with this experiment, which is why I'm calling it the experiment, there absolutely will be changes. Just like I changed out the leg press today for the leg extension and the tricep extensions in place for the pec fly. And I'm sure more changes will come. So far, I have programmed out, at least written down, an A, B, C, D style of day. Today was a B. The previous day one was day A. So depending on where I am in the program, I will either do the A, the B, the C, the D. The C and D are written in as days of not training here at my home gym. Those are days that I might have to train at another gym, which, given my new schedule, which is why I'm developing this more efficient day on day off full body style training, in case I do have to train at a gym and my time is limited, then I will have options to move through quickly that is not totally different from my already current training. The only difference will be the environment. So those are programmed and designed, but they are tentative as I haven't gone to another gym yet to experiment and test them out. But right now, the A and the B are pretty good. I'm happy with the training feel. I'm happy with how they move through. The only thing that did not get filmed today is the shrugs. I am short on time, so I'm skipping the shrugs because I got to get going. Other than that, day 2 of the experiment complete. See you next on day 3.